Hello and welcome to this week's installment of Tinker Tuesday, your favorite internet bike tinkering show that comes out every Tuesday. Today's subject is hardly what I would necessarily call a tinkering project. It mostly is a direct result of the events that unfolded this weekend, which of course I've uploaded 2 videos of today. That's Monday. It was a weekend of mountain biking back in my hometown with my brother and my dad, each of which took my bike for like a little tool around ride and came back with the same question. Why do your brakes suck so bad? And while the true answer to that question is I have a very high tolerance for poorly working parts on every bike I own, it's kind of a long, annoying thing to explain to someone. So simply put, my answer was, well, they need to be bled. Which of course is just kind of regular maintenance on any hydraulic brake mountain bike. It just seems that these TRP Slate T4s, which I've really never found to be particularly powerful or fantastically great, need more often than maybe other brakes I've ridden. And honestly, I'm kind of wondering now if maybe I should have bled them immediately when this bike came in, because they do leave just the tiniest bit to be desired right now. But if you look at TRP's Instagram or reviews of this brake, the reviews are much more positive than what my experiences have been with these. They're good enough to use. I have no intentions of swapping them out for anything. I don't feel like they're up to that power and modulation level that everybody's saying they are. So who knows? Maybe this quick brake bleed will sort of unleash some of that power and modulation. I guess I could have checked this before I started everything. I had it in my head that this would be like a Shimano bleed nipple, not like a SRAM style bleed port. Okay, I guess I'm doing a proper brake bleed on this thing today, but I will try to bleed the lever and get some of the air that feels like it's in there out a little bit, because I can do that with the Shimano cup setup that I have. So I'd hate to come out here and leave empty-handed. The further and further I keep getting into all of the Tinker Tuesday uploads, and all of my spare parts continue to kind of dwindle down and projects keep getting harder and harder to keep taking on, it becomes more and more apparent that all of this was a lot easier working in a bike shop. I mean, I think that was always obvious, but when you don't have the right tools to do simple stuff, that's the real annoying part. See how the lever is pulling to here? It is a little bit spongy. I'm wondering if there's just some air that's maybe kind of worked its way up. I mean, these brakes are still fairly new, so I'd hate to say that they need a full bleed just yet. Maybe they do just need that burp at the lever that everyone likes to talk about. That cup right there, the idea here is to have this level. See if there's any bubbles coming out. Oh yeah, that should help pretty immensely. The fronts actually feel pretty good. That fixed any issue that was going on there. But the rears still feel kind of like a bit of a spongy mess. Which, whatever. They feel about the same as what they did. Maybe a little bit better. But there's this other trick that another channel that I was watching to see if there was like anything I could do had said. They reached out to the guys at TRP and they said something along the lines of, and I'm paraphrasing here, take a tow strap, wrap it around your lever in like a mid to high power position, the brakes applied with this on, with the bleed cup installed, and leave it there for like 10, maybe 15 minutes. And that should help get some of the residual air that might be trapped out. Though my expectations for this working is like inconceivably low, I still want to try it. At the end of the day, we already know we got to order a bleed kit for TRP or Tektro. Yeah, there's no chance in hell that's going to do anything. But in the meantime, a word from our sponsor, Spindat.com. Spindat.com, where you can get all of your stickers, hats, and shirt needs for Spindat branded merch. Have you been looking for a way to dress your rim up without going overboard? Or just looking for a good-looking, plain, non-gaudy 5-panel hat to rock around? Or just feel like you need to show your support in a smaller way than a huge wall decal? Well, my friends, Spindat.com is for you. It is the place to get all of your directly shipped from me in this shed or that house that's over there merchandise. Keep in mind, as the Spindat store continues to grow, more and more and more product will end up on there until, of course, we've got an entire warehouse full of cool stuff to send out and make content in. You are the reason why we're here. Spindat.com is why the money comes into my bank account sometimes. Curiosity's getting the best of me, though I know that nothing has gotten any better. Apparently, the reason that you do this is to like help pressurize the system so that it gets some of the like gross feeling out of this. It's like a little better. I stand marginally corrected. Okay, it only feels a little bit better. I keep getting surprised by the change. There is the option to leave it like that overnight and really give it a chance to get all the air bubbles out of maybe the caliper, because I imagine there's probably some in there, and through the hose up to the lever. So I think that this is going to be an incredibly short Tinker Tuesday of just like regular mountain bike maintenance stuff that maybe you should be able to do at home. It's worth owning whatever your bike uses. It's worth owning the bleed kit for it just to do stuff like this, so that you can maintain the system as you continue to ride the bike. But for tonight, I am going to try this. I'm going to see what it's like to leave this set up with the bleed cup still there with lots of mineral oil left in it. I'm going to strap the lever down as hard as I had it before and just kind of set it and forget it for the rest of the night. So we're not going to know the end result of this. I am a little bit more optimistic on what the end result could be. Of course, knowing that the ultimate and proper way to do a good bleed on this is to get the right Tektro TRP bleed kit. Thanks for hanging out with me again. This is like the third upload in less than like 50 hours. But consider this kind of upload schedule like a small, short-lived, crappy, lo-fi, low production, quick production preview of what we will be at when you buy everything that you need on Amazon through the affiliate links below, when you support the channel on Patreon, even though you don't really get a lot out of it through the Patreon links, or every single time that you buy merch, or every time that an ad comes up when you're watching videos and you just stick around anyway. Okay. You will know how this turns out at some point. It just won't be in this video.